Oh my God. Are y'all chatting in the chat? Wait, is the chat? Y'all like I don't even know if I'm live. Am I live? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? I see y'all chatting in the chat and it just warms my heart. Let me know if y'all can hear me, if y'all can see me. This is my first time going live on YouTube just with the Tube team. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up or something. Um I am wondering, whoever is watching this on the replay, welcome. Um, I'm going live, y'all. It's a new year. Same me. Okay. we ain't switching up. Okay, great. Hannah told me she can hear me. Thank you, Hannah. Appreciate that. Oh, Pamela's here too. Yes. Oh, good. Glad you can hear me. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so glad y'all are here. Y'all, we vibing, okay? We vibing in the studio today. Um, let's chat. We gonna give some time for folks to roll in. Oh, y'all peep my Obama shirt. Okay. Hey, Brianna. Hey, Valani. I'm probably mispronouncing y'all name, but that's all right. Okay, you know my heart. You know where I'm coming from. Actually got this shirt from the Kehinde Wiley exhibition that was at the Art Institute of Chicago. I went there this past summer with my family, and so I was like, "Oh, this is perfect. This is the perfect time to rock it." Look right, right. Hey, Obama. Oh my goodness, this is so exciting, y'all. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? Welcome to a new year. Look, y'all, we made it. We here. I'm here in the studio. I have it set up on the chat where the people who can, hey Rosa, the people who can chat are people who are subscribed to the channel. So hopefully that'll eliminate any like bots coming in and stuff. But if you have a friend who does want to join us and they are trying to chat, just let them know, subscribe to the channel, then they can be in the chat. Hey, Siobhan, Happy New Year to you as well. Thank y'all so much. Y'all, this is just, hey, Kelly. Hey, how y'all doing? I was like, you know what? This is the year of me just showing up. Like, how sometimes like we overthink things. We like, oh, it has to be perfect or it has to look like XYZ. It's like, we about to do it and we gonna do it messy if necessary. But what matters is showing up and being here. And so one of my goals for 2022 is getting more consistent with YouTube. And so I was like, let me just connect, let me chat with y'all, let me just go live and see how y'all feeling. It can be hard for me to manage a lot of comments with all the different platforms that I'm on. Hey, Lily, welcome. We are just getting settled in. I'm glad y'all are here. But let me grab another chair because I feel super low in that one. Okay, that might fall later, but that's okay. That's okay. Y'all, we here in the studio. I'm working on this painting behind me. I talked about it briefly in the oh no, I didn't. I actually edited that part out. Look, thinking about the most recent video you all saw. And that one was not this year, Satan, not today. Okay, 2022. We don't care what is gonna go on outside in them streets, because what's gonna go on inside our mind is abundance, prosperity, love, compassion, all the good things. And so that's what I'm really focused on this year, and just showing up for y'all. One of my goals is to build more of a community, especially with my Patreon community. And I feel like the majority of the people here are my patrons. So thank y'all so much. I just like, it just warms my heart to know that I'm actually able to be a full-time artist, and it is truly because of the community that I have, and I'm so grateful for y'all. So I'm like, okay, how can I foster even more of a community? How can I show up even more? And the people that I love to see is people who's always just like sharing light and love and encouragement, because it's so necessary right now. And so I would love to hear from y'all. I would love to hear, what are y'all working on for 2022? How can we build even more of a community together? Let's drop it in the chat, because what I love seeing is people who return to the channel and comment, and like I'm starting to see similar names showing up. So I feel like I'm like, okay, cool. We building a community. So by seeing you all's comments, We can also hold each other accountable. Okay, if you got some 2022 goals, we can be like, all right, Pamela, did you do it? Did you do it? Yeah, I have done a lot on the painting. Thank you so much. Prints are actually going to be available this soon, but I'm still working, y'all. There's still tons that's going to be on that. That's the fun part of this live. Like I can just show y'all some of the behind the scenes stuff. I got a star tetrahedron there. Look, all into the sacred geometry. That's going to be a whole nother conversation. But there's like many universes coming out of the hands. I don't know if you all can see like the galaxies in the cosmos. There's a whole lot of messaging with that. But I mean, I guess this now is a perfect time to even talk about it. That's really the energy that I'm bringing into 2022 is bringing this creator energy. Like I always start the vlogs off saying, hey, creators, and y'all are truly creators. So really embodying that energy of creation. But yeah, let's check over here on the chat. Pamela, you were saying that the theme for you for 2022 is Vim. So tell me more about Vim and Vulgar. Is that it? Is that it? Tell me more. I would love to hear from everybody. Rosa, I see here. Okay, yours is action. Okay, what kind of action you taking? Let us know. What does that action look like? What are y'all creating? Is there a new series that you all are working on? If you've been following me for a while, then you know that I recently finished up the Zodiac series. Those was printed on candles. And now this is the year of sharing the originals with the world, y'all. If you follow me on Instagram and if you watch my stories, then you know that my husband, Andy, he's been building the frames for that show. Y'all, first of all, it's always a journey whenever you're doing work with your partner, okay? But I'm super grateful for him. I'm so grateful that he's just competent, okay, that he knows how to build things, so I'm really happy that we got the show coming up. Make sure you're on the newsletter too, y'all. That's where all of that stuff is gonna be. um Let's see. Oh, we got Darnita in the house. Darnita, I was literally thinking about you today. I was like, man, I haven't heard from Darnita in a while. I should hit her up. And you're here. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you for being here. How you been? How y'all feeling? We just checking in, getting like a temperature check on what you all want to do for the new year. Thank you, Rosa, for saying beautiful work. Let me know what that action is. I see your word for 2022 is action. I want to know what you put in action into. Lily, you say you're making quality time for yourself and your family to feel connected. I love that, and I think what's been interesting during this quarantine and isolation time is that we have been like some of us who actually live with our family. We've been around our family a lot, so it can feel like we're connected. But I love that you actually put the word in there, quality. Like quality time is different from just being in the same space as each other. So thank you for sharing that, Pamela. Energy and strength. I love that. Um, Valani, you mentioned that you wanted to be centered around producing more art. Yes, you say you took a long break before, just now getting back into the space. Yeah, you know what I'm learning even more about art. It's like any law, right? Any laws of the universe. And one of the things that I think about about creativity is really about like momentum, like keeping that momentum. That's another reason why I work on like multiple pieces at a time. I don't even think I showed y'all. This will be in the next vlog, okay? Me showing about what this painting is and what's the whole vision with that. So y'all gonna have to stay tuned. Um, but what's helpful for me is working on multiple pieces at a time. And then that can keep that momentum going because I feel like whenever I take long breaks, it's like trying to start a train back up. It's like it takes a minute because you have like you've kind of been stagnant for a while. So I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you to get back into producing more work. um Villain trend. Oh yeah, yeah. Hannah, have you been seeing this female villain trend? I'm so here for that. Well, because like especially as women, it's just like we've been trained to be likable, right? To be kind, to be soft spoken. And I've never been that one. Okay. Look, your girl stays loud, but I definitely resonate with that energy of like this feminine energy that has to be kind and sweet and can't say no or feels guilty or shame around saying no. And I'm like, yes, honey, step into your truth. And like it doesn't even have to be something like villain per se, like where it's something that's bad, but it's just like, look, boundaries, y'all, and self-care. So I'm here with that. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, yes, Lily. Thank you. You excited for a large print of Gemini? That's gonna be the biggest one, y'all. You know, she is the Gemini painting is 10 feet long. She's the biggest painting, and she will be the biggest print as well. So I'm excited for you to get that. Oh, congratulations, Darnita. You say you just got offered a new position today. Okay. Look, tell us, let us know. Let us know. Congratulations, y'all. Let's give her some claps in the chat. Claps in the chat. Oh, yes. Look, see Hannah already. See, Hannah know the culture. The culture, look, is encouraging one another. I absolutely love it. Yes, Danielle, you made it. You made it. You made it. You made it. You here. We vibing, we chatting, y'all. Painting bigger canvas. Okay, Rosa. Yes. Yes, I actually have a video on the channel. Y'all probably saw it. That's actually my best performing video so far. It's answering you all's Canvas questions. And I dropped some links as to where I get the canvas from. The company is closed now, but there's a new company online that you all can get canvas rolls from because it can be very difficult to store stretch canvases. Get you the canvas roll, honey. There's one piece just sitting right here. It's literally there. So it's super easy to just store a rolled canvas. So if you're really trying to work on bigger pieces, canvas roll is definitely the way to go, and it's affordable. It's a lot more affordable. So that is awesome. Cool, Brianna. You say you're building your art skills as an artist. You want to start working with new art materials. Nice. And find myself as a young woman because you're only 19. Nice. Okay. 19. Oh, that's such a good age. That's such a fun time. Like you're like right in the middle. It's like, okay, I'm not in high school anymore, but I'm not of drinking age yet. It's kind of like this weird time of like figuring it out. And honey, I'm 32. Okay. We still figuring it out. And at 40, at 50, 60, 70, we always gonna continuously figure it out. So take your time and don't let the internet and the socials stress you out. Okay. Because I'm so grateful that I didn't have Instagram as a growing up, y'all. Like I remember I started an Instagram account in 2012? I guess 2011, 2012 was when Instagram was around. And I had graduated from college at that point. So I was an adult. I had my own apartment. And that's when I got an Instagram account. So kudos to the young generation who is experiencing their development and transition in the age of social media. Don't let it rush you, honey. Take your time. I'm excited for you saying that you're expanding your skills. Same for you as well, Pamela. I see that too. Yeah, you want to expand those skills. Yeah, what are some of the new materials that you all actually want to work on this year? You mentioned new materials. You said the first piece of the year you hate it, but it's not in your normal box. Well, that's good that you're going outside of the box. Okay, see, that's what it's about. When you try something new, that's when you learn and grow. You know what's crazy? Thinking about something new, I had like for a while, I would always just keep the canvas up on either the easel or the wall. And like I had messed up a piece actually. So I took it off the wall and sat it on the floor and was like pouring paint, trying to fix this area that I had messed up. And then literally now that is my process for just about all my paintings is to take it off the wall and pour paint. And that came from something where I had messed up and discover like a whole new style for my work in a real interesting way. So I think that's awesome. Because sometimes we can hate something and it actually evolves into something that's now like your signature style. So you'll be surprised. And I'm really excited for you though. That sounds really cool. Nice, Rosa. I'm glad the videos have helped. Yes, storing the canvas. Y'all, you don't even want to see this other little corner over here. Okay, speaking of storing canvases, I'm really trying to figure out even a new system. I'm like, do we build even more shelves in here? What does that look like? So still trying to figure that out because storing canvases can be really hard. And the other thing that I realized that whenever I run out of space, that's when I get in the energy of like desperation, of trying to sell my pieces or trying to like discount them to actually get them out. And I don't like that energy, y'all. So what I love about having proper storage for your work in a comfortable place, and canvas rolls. It makes it easy to store, but you can also hold on to your pieces so that you don't feel like you have to discount them or like hurry up and try to sell them just to make more room. I've recently, like literally in the past few months, sold pieces that I had for probably over 6 years at this point. And I sold them at a great price range because I had them for so long, and like my career has built. And I'm just thinking, like, man, if I would have sold those early in my career, I would have gave those away for like $300 just for me trying to like get rid of stuff. And so I think storing your work is going to be really important. One, to keep your space clean, because that's how you can keep that creative energy flowing. But also now it's like it's clean, it's clear, and now you're not trying to hurry up and get your work out of the door just to make more room, you know? But there's also something to be said about like setting it free. You know, sometimes I can be having like hoarder tendencies. It's important to set them free too. So look, saying that as I have all these little scraps of canvas bits. But y'all, we gonna do paint pro again this year. If you have been around for a couple years, let me know if you all know what paint pro is, and I'm explain more of that in a bit. But I saw something about a tarot deck. Oh, Valani, yeah, you said you want to make a tarot deck. That is so dope. Trying to find a good medium. You think you want to try oils. That is so cool. That's so cool. Yeah, you all know my primary medium is acrylic paints. I actually haven't used oils in a very long time, but I love Golden's open medium. So Golden is the brand that I use. It's an acrylic paint, and they have a style called, not a style, but they have a they have a line called open. It's the ones with the black on it. These dry slower. They dry like an oil. So it's actually really nice. But then you can build the layers really nicely. This is their regular kind. When it's all white like this is the regular acrylic. The open one has the black on it. So if you all like acrylics but want to explore oils, this might be like a happy medium. And Golden also has, what is it? Oh, they have the open medium. So even if you don't want to buy each color in open, you can buy the regular Golden and add an open medium to it to slow down the drying time. That's just a little plug. Look, we dropping gems out here now. this then went into a whole nother vibe. But I just felt like I had to share that. I think a tarot deck will be so cool. You know, I just found this girl on Instagram. Clearly, I love sharing tips, y'all. Okay, you should follow her. She has a whole course, I guess, on like how to do a deck. She made like she made a, what is it called? Affirmation deck. She made an affirmation deck, and I think it's like Gabrielle Rosie. Let me know if you all know her or follow her. But let me get back on track because I want to see what you all are doing. Okay, look, Pamela has a daughter who's 19. Yeah, sure does. That is a cool age, isn't it? Mm, mm, mm. Absolutely. Okay. Say you've been about 5 different people. I can relate to that. Still evolving, still evolving. Have fun with it, no rush. Absolutely. I was just talking about this in my last video. I feel like the whole hype around as women getting older, like it's bad. I feel like the older I'm getting, the more and more confident I'm getting, the more and more sure I'm getting, the more I feel like, okay, yes, honey, like let's do it. I feel like, man, when I was a teenager, I was just so unsure. I was insecure. I was struggling with so much stuff. And I'm like, man, if somebody would have told me like in my 30s that it would just be like a glow up, honey. Yes. Yes. So I'm like, okay, look, I'm ready. It's okay. Cause then 40 and 50 gonna be a whole nother vibe and your girl is ready. Okay. So that's exciting. Thank you for sharing that, Pamela. I think that, man, like I think people, especially young women, need to hear that more and more and more. 100%. I feel you, Kelly. Okay, more drawing is the goal. Yes, keep that sketchbook out. One of my goals was to journal more. And now I just keep my journal at the dining room table. That's where I sit and have my coffee and my breakfast. And now that is literally right there within my line of sight. I've been journaling a lot. So I think what's the name of the book? Atomic Habits. I love that book. James Clear talked about that, about making the habit clear and easy. Yeah, Brianna, you say you want to do painting and oil pastels or what you're trying to learn at the moment. Cool. Yes, and look, know your worth. No rushing getting rid of anything. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that. You want to loosen up, Pamela. Okay, I hear that. Not so tight. My painting and drawing. Yeah. Um, How do you get out of that place? Pouring paint. Pour like and I know like when I think about pouring paint, especially when in my beginning journey when I was really conservative around materials, I'm like, man, am I wasting paint? Like ain't nobody trying out here trying to pour golden paint everywhere. But I do add a lot of water to that first layer, so that helps stretch the paint a lot more. But whenever I pour, so this is a piece that I haven't even shared yet, but I poured some paint down on that. And now I have so many different ideas. And so I just come to the canvas with just like truly an open heart and open mind. And I'm like, whatever wants to come, like let it flow. And I literally let the paint flow by pouring it. And of course, I mean, that might not be ideal in somebody's living room or something, but you can even start with a smaller piece, a smaller piece and just really just, pouring out some paint because then what happens it starts to like form its own piece. Like now I'm like, oh, okay, this could be something where it's evolving to something new. There's one of the videos where I showed you all the painting, the rebirth. It's like the hand she's holding the energy. I had no idea what I was going to paint with that. I laid that painting down, poured some paint down, and I saw this energy in the inside. I was like, cool, we're going to keep that. And then I built the hands around it. So that really helps me kind of let go and like loosen up in the painting process. Since I have so many prints now, I've really let myself have a lot of fun with the originals. Cause y'all, I don't really plan on letting go of my originals for a while. They're gonna be in that sort of price range. You know what I mean? So I'm like, cool. I'm not worried about is this gonna sell. I'm not gonna worry about who's gonna like this. I'm not worried about none of that. This is just me loosening up and having fun. So hopefully that's helpful. Um Pamela for loosening it up. Yes, Darnita, Paint Pro. Okay, so y'all, some artists you all probably have heard of Inktober. So usually that's where like illustrators or graphic design artists do an art challenge during the month of October where they create every day, and then you'll have like an actual prompt, like something to inspire you for the creative process. I was like, let's do something different during the month of spring. Like I just love spring. My mom, her birthday is in April, so I was like, how about we combine the word paint in April for Paint Pro, and that's where we do a 30-day creative challenge. And so this will be the third year that we're doing it, which is crazy. And so I made like these y'all, it's so low key. It's so low key. Like these were the little scraps where it was just one day the prompt was a tree, the next day was an eye. And you could tell each day I was getting lazier and lazier. Okay. But this is for y'all. This is to keep y'all inspired. I guess one was an avocado. So hop on the newsletter because that's where I share all that info about being a part of Paint Pro and like the prompts. I also share it on my Instagram too. So I think majority of you all are following me in all those different places. Such a good tip, Hannah. Watercolors, because watercolor just bleed. Okay, it be everywhere, and that's something that can really help you loosen up and have fun. I think that's a good one. I'm glad you're excited. Yes, yes. Ooh, metallic watercolors. Oh, that will be fun. That will be fun. Oh, hey Jennifer, welcome, welcome. You say you love golden. Yes, there's so many different mediums you can add. Y'all, I think I showed this during the excuse the studio. I'm gonna just keep the screen closed so y'all can see all the shenanigans. But I think I showed this in one of my art studio tours. Y'all can look back at that video. I have all the golden mediums. I don't know if y'all can see that. Can you see it? Yeah. All the different jars. So here's like literally I went to New Orleans for their artist educator program and they gave us all this stuff during that trip. So I'm super super grateful for that. But what's really nice about their stuff is that you don't have to buy every single thing. You literally buy the colors you want and then get the medium. And then when you add that color to the medium, it turns it gloss, matte, coarse, heavy body, whatever you want to do. So yeah, see, Jennifer knows. you know. So that is awesome. Absolutely, absolutely. Yes. Oh, I'm excited. Y'all excited for Paint Pro because that's gonna be great. Rosa, good question. Yeah, I sell prints even for pieces that have been sold. I made a post today asking you all to vote between what size prints should I make available of the Zodiac series from extra large to small. And so that print was actually a painting that was sold to one of my patrons, Tipton. She's absolutely amazing. She owns that original. And so the original is gone, but I'm still selling prints of it. And so I think what's like amazing about the art business itself is like people, it's genuinely people, well, majority of the time, it's genuinely people who want to see artists thrive and who want to see artists win. And so I've never had a collector who had an issue with that at all. And they like a lot of people know that prints and having things that's in an affordable price range for people keep artists going, because it's kind of rare for somebody to sell. Well, it's not rare. I don't even want to put that sort of narrative out there, but you have definitely a smaller marketing pool the higher your prices are. So I haven't had a collector have an issue with that. I do sell the prints after the original is sold, and yeah, I definitely recommend it. It has been amazing for me. Oh, you're turning 30. Oh, that's exciting. Oh, wow. Absolutely, absolutely. There is no need to be scared. I feel like 30 to new 20, y'all. Like I don't know what it is. I feel, okay, this is it. Let me try to articulate it. I feel like 30s is like you still got this young, playful energy from like the 20s, but you have this wisdom that's now coming from being on the planet for 30 years, which isn't a long time, y'all. I feel like society got us all messed up, okay? Because I still feel like wet behind the ears. Like I'm a baby, okay? I'm also very childlike, and that's fine. I totally embrace that. But at the same time, I feel like 30 is just like such a beautiful time where you've like learned, you've grown, I feel like I even have so much more clarity around what I want in life and what I don't want. Like in the 20s, people be out there trying to play you. It's like, oh, you can't play me now. Like you can't. I see all the tricks. I didn't seen them. You know what I mean? So I'm excited for you. Yeah, I don't think there has to be any fear with turning 30 at all. It's super exciting. Yeah, ooh, pouring paint does sound yummy. Huh? Cordelia, hey. Welcome, welcome. You probably already been here, but this is my first time seeing you here in the chat. So welcome. You said one of your art goals is to have more pieces done this year. Yes. Oh, at least 10. Okay. You can do that. You can do that. Sketching out a lot more. So far, you've been sketching every day. That is awesome. That's dope. That is dope. Yeah. How big are some of these pieces? 10 sounds amazing. Look, it took me 3 years, y'all, to paint 12. Okay. But y'all know how big those zodiac paintings were. So it's not too bad. Um, yeah, let me know, Cordelia, how big those pieces are. And welcome. Thank you for being here. Cordelia is also a patron as well. Um, okay, cool, Hannah. You said you can mind the paint prompts when you miss the days. 100%, 100%. I was doing that too. Like if I miss a day, it's like, okay, no pressure, no chill. We just gonna have that. I hear you, Kelly. The smaller prints that actually, because I was asking Andy, my husband, and he was like, "Babe, ain't nobody gonna want the smaller prints." I'm like, "Babe, you never know. Like, it's like especially for college students, or if they have a smaller space, or if you got a smaller apartment, or if there's like a little area on the wall, like where you just need a little something." I feel you, Kelly. I feel like a smaller print is actually nice too. Hey Scott, how you doing? You said you in Wynwood, Miami. Oh, that's so dope. Did you go to Art Basel this past December? How was Basel? Let me know. I actually went back in 2018. Was that 20? It was either 2018 or 2019, and I was in Wynwood, and it was popping. It actually started raining though, but that was a whole nother ordeal. But I had a whole lot of fun. Glad you're here, Scott. Darty, you saying do you think that I'll ever have art mass produced for retail stores? Probably not. Probably not. I do follow some incredible artists who have that, and I think that for everybody, they have their own vibe. And I think if that's what they want to do, cool. For me, y'all, like I'm trying to be here. I'm trying to be on like Kahinde Wiley level. Like I'm gonna just say it. I'm gonna be 100% honest and open about that, which I I've never been closed about that. But if there's anybody new here, okay, I've always wanted to just like break the art industry. Like it's just so inundated with so many old white men who paintings are selling for millions, and I never understood, and I'm like, why can't it be a black woman? Like why can't black women's work sell for millions and millions and millions as well? And why can't we be in this space around like fine art? So that's something that I feel like I'm here to straight up break some molds. And I'm really excited for that. And every time I feel myself trying to shrink, I'm like, remember the vision. Okay. You trying to like break every glass ceiling possible. So that's what I'm on. And I'm grateful that y'all are here helping me do that. The patrons are definitely here helping me on financially for that, y'all. So thank you so much. That means a whole lot to me. Want to set sun and moon and rising. Yes, yes. I would love to see that for you to get all of your look, you're the sun, your moon, and your rising. Y'all know that I'm a Gemini. My birthday is June 5th. And my moon and my rising are both Cancer. Okay, so I'll be out here, butterfly, social butterfly, Gemini, but deep down I'll be crying. Okay, look, I'll be crying with this Cancer emotions, all the emotions be tied up, y'all. So I would love that. I would love for y'all to get prints of the Zodiac series. Rosa, yeah, you thinking about having an online shop and you was debating that? Yeah, yeah, get those prints, honey. Get those prints. Get the online shop. Y'all know I use Squarespace. I love them. you know, I love Squarespace. They're dope. They aren't sponsoring me. Maybe one day they will. That would be awesome. But I think if I was to start over, I would look into Shopify. I feel like Shopify makes it super easy. Like whenever I'm on somebody's site who has Shopify, I'm like, man, like this was like really streamlined when it comes down to the checkout process. But what I like about Squarespace is that there's so many different things. Like now I've set up a full like this private members area that's for the patrons. So people who are a part of the Patreon community, they also have access to this area that I created on Squarespace called the Mothership. And so on that, that's like all of my Patreon posts, the patron online shop where they get like separate exclusive products and stuff. Blog posts are in there, the calendar is in there. So I actually do like Squarespace when it comes down to all the different things that you can do. But if you're just trying to have an online shop, then Shopify actually might be cool. I'm just gonna drop that out there for anybody who is curious. Okay, we got a Virgo in the house. We got Virgo vibes. Oh, Spiritland 24. Hey, hey, welcome. Gemini rising and Scorpio moon. I love that. My husband is a Scorpio. Yeah, he's staying his feelings. Okay, look, no. He is awesome. Yeah, the prints are important 100%. Okay, darn it, you're a Virgo too. Oh, I love that. I love that for all of us. Oh Lord. Okay, we got a Taurus in the house, married to a Cancer. Interesting dynamic. Interesting dynamic. You know what? That's actually my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law is a Cancer. Her birthday is July 4th, actually. And my father-in-law, he is a Taurus. They are a beautiful married couple, been together for over 35 years at this point. So that is awesome. Wonder where you would start by doing that though. Tyree, am I saying your name right, Tyree? Well, let me go back up. Yeah, the prints. Oh, you said okay. So you know how I get my prints done. So there's a company out here called Bellevue Fine Art Reproductions. They're amazing. They scan all of my original paintings and they give me a digital file. And from that digital file, they either print it out for me or for a long time I was using all I used them all, y'all. I used all the platforms. I used and when I say use them all, I use a lot of print on demand websites. So those are websites that print your fine art prints for you. So I use Society 6, Zazzle, Fine Art America. But now there's so many new ones coming out. I've been hearing about Printful. Is there any other artists here, y'all? Look, let's keep sharing the keys. So for now, I do use a local company out here who makes some of my prints, but I also do use drop shipping as well. So start by digitizing your work. Get it digitized. If you don't have a local company in your area that can scan it, get a camera and take photos of it yourself. from the photos you take of it. Now you have it as a JPEG or a PNG or a TIFF file, uploaded to all these different websites. Y'all, there's like links everywhere, especially on YouTube. YouTube is the plug. Okay. YouTube is where I learned how to stretch a canvas. So I would definitely do that. Hopefully that was helpful, Tyree. I can do a whole course on that. Speaking of course, actually my friend is doing a course. Her name is Gabrielle. She's so dope, y'all. Like she be selling her work for just like it's just like high vibe energy, and she has a new course out called the Quantum Artist. So this was actually something I wanted to share. She's helping like conscious creators um monetize their work. So I'm gonna drop that link. If anybody's curious, y'all should definitely check her out. Actually, Nalisha, who is a patron and also my new studio assistant, she's phenomenal. She just signed up for Gabrielle's Quantum Artist course. She also has a scholarship for artists who are POC, people of color. You can get a 50% off her course. So highly recommend that if you're trying to level up your art business. I love everybody like dropping their signs. Okay, we got Aries in the house, Libra. Okay, yeah, okay, Aquarius, Hannah's an Aquarius. I love that. Nice, Brianna. You've been sketching for, you said every day, took 2 years. Oh, 2 years. Yeah, that's a minute, huh? That's a minute. Yeah. You know what I have? I have a sketch. I don't know where it's at the moment. I have a book of figure models. Oh, here it is. I have a book that's like women in all different positions. So this is what helped. But now you all know I've been using myself as a reference model. But this was something that helped me. I think I actually got this book from Blick Art Materials. They're a national store, y'all. So if you're not in Washington, you all know I'm out here in Seattle. This is a figure drawing book. So they kind of help you with like women's positions and different poses. And he's showing you how to do the anatomy. So, y'all, there's so many resources out there. Snag you a book or check out some stuff on YouTube. Um, because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it's about just practicing. So I'm glad that you said that you draw on every day, and y'all know the hands. Lord, is it hard to draw damn hands? Okay. Look, one day at a time. I am going to be wrapping up soon, y'all. Look, I said I was going to be here for 30 minutes. Here we are, almost 40 minutes in. Um, cool, cool, cool. Wonder where to start. We got that Aries. Yes, yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you. When did you start did you said what point did you start thinking about selling merch? Is it hard to create and keep up? Hey, Juliet Wood, thank you so much for being here. In the beginning, it was really hard keeping up with all the things. Y'all, now I built the team, and I'm super, super grateful for that. So you all know that I have the studio assistant, Nalisha, who's helping me out here in Seattle. But I also have a virtual assistant. Her name is Shannon, and she lives in Oregon. So the minute that I could hire help, I did, because now that somebody is able to help me manage my emails and run up and like feel like I was running all over the city. Now my studio assistant she goes and gets paint for me. She takes my originals to Bellevue to be scanned. So that even just like eliminates some time where I don't have to be driving around the whole city. Now I can stay in my studio, I can paint, I can engage with my community. But in the beginning, y'all, I know some of you are probably, that's kind of further down the line. In the beginning, I got organized. I got my Google Calendar. I was like, what is the game plan? And start with less. Less is more, because in the beginning, you don't know what your customers want. Like I had so many paintings, and I was like, how many do I buy? Like how many prints do I get of this painting? That was like my whole thing for the beginning, because I was doing festivals, like art festivals. So Seattle, actually a whole lot of cities have it, but it's really big in Seattle, where we have different summer art festivals where you have like a 10 by 10 booth, and you're selling your prints and selling your work and all of that. And so I would be at those. So I had to bring inventory to those shows. And of course, I have to buy that inventory. So I'm like, how many do I buy? Like, what do I bring? What do people want? So in the beginning, it's important just to give yourself grace and to know that like you don't know. But what's really important is to keep that information, have metric, like have those analytics, like, okay, 12 of these prints sold. Only 3 of these prints sold. Okay, 9 of this print sold. Okay, next time I know that this one is really popular because 12 people bought it. So I'm going to bring more of that one next time. So it's like over time, you're going to keep learning and growing. But in the beginning, I was spending a lot on inventory. And so now I would tell somebody like less is more. I had so much money wrapped up in inventory that I was just trying to sell. And that's still another one of my issues. I still got pens, y'all, but I took the pens off the market because it was hard for me to try to ship those out, but those are coming soon. If you all are curious, I do sell enamel pens. I actually have a video on my channel showing you all how to do that as well. If you want to turn your artwork into a pen and how to sell that and what company I used. But yeah, it was really hard to keep up for a while. And you said, at what point did I start thinking about that? You know what's interesting? Like when you put yourself out there on like social media and stuff, your customers will let you know. Like what I love is that I have such an engaged community who gives me so much feedback, but also because I ask, I'm constantly asking, like, what do y'all want? Or like, do you want a large size or small size? Should it be like for me to be here today at 6 o'clock? This was because y'all voted. I had did a vote on I did a poll in Patreon saying what time was good. And I did, oh, thank you so much for the super. I didn't even know that was on. Look, thank you, Cordelia. That's awesome. I also did a poll publicly here on YouTube. So it's like y'all voted, and so it's like if you ever confused about something, this is even like a message for myself, reminding myself to ask. It's like my mom says that all the time. We have not because we ask not. So if you confused, I would straight up ask your audience, ask your mom, ask your friends, ask people like, which one do you like? I'm going to this show. I'm trying to figure out how many to buy. I'm trying to figure out where to start. So yeah, definitely ask that. Thank you so much, Cordelia. I so appreciate you. You have a good night as well. Otherworldly Pain is here. Yes. Hey, welcome. Welcome. I think that's also, I know the name Otherworldly Paintings, which you are a patron. Thank you so much for being here. But I feel like I want to know your first name is so, it's like lost for me right now. I think it's April. Is it April? Is it April? I'm gonna feel so horrible if it's April. It's like I know April's name. I know April. Um, yeah, so I think that the other question from Designs was, do you feel like putting your art on merch D? Man, this is such a good question. I think what you're saying is, do you think that putting it on merch like devalues the originals? This is such like I've had this conversation with myself for so long. Alicia, yes, hey Alicia, hey. I'm like good, because I'm like okay. April sounds like somebody different. Okay, welcome Alicia. So glad you are here. Here's the thing. I think that it depends on how you market your work if it can devalue your originals. Personally, for the people who bought my originals, no. And like here, there's like two different mindsets out there. There's gallery owners and then there's collectors. And everything that like gallery owners has told me has been something that my collectors never even thought about. Like literally somebody who's genuinely buying your art, and the people who are buying your art is who are the people who are helping you do what you love to do. To me, those are the people who matter the most. Like, I don't care what my mama said. I don't care what a gallery owner say. I don't care what this grant application person said. I care what y'all say, okay? Because you all are my patrons, supporters, collectors. So at the end of the day, I'd be like, yeah, no. If this is gonna help me get to where I want to be, then I'm gonna do what is necessary. So I think it just kind of depends. Now I am in a place now where I'm trying to transition my work, like where it's going from more like merchy things into a fine art space, like with these huge pieces, 5-figure paintings. So I think there is a time and a season for everything. And I think in the beginning of your career, print your work on everything. Like put it on everything so that you can be in a position to get to a level where you can be like, okay, cool. This original is now $20,000 because I've spent 7 years getting there. And so I think if people have this idea, like somebody's going to pay top dollar for your originals in the very beginning, It's not really realistic. But during that waiting time, you still need funds to be able to get there, you know? And I think that's a great way to do it. Selling merch. Like I had these other little clutch bags for a while. These are gonna be discontinued as I'm making that transition now. So I think listen to the people who are help funding your craft. Period. Like period, top notch. If my patrons say they want something, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll do that. Somebody says something, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll do that. If they haven't contributed to my craft in any way, I'm like, yeah, take a back seat, boo. Look. And that's what the 30s bring. Okay. If you get very sure about what you're trying to do. Y'all, I can rant all day. Okay. So I'm not even gonna do hands for real. Look, I'm struggling with the hands over here. But yeah, y'all, these are such good questions. Yeah, yeah, it would be fire. That would be exactly. Y'all know I just did a Instagram reel. I'm doing the pants for the patrons. So that's the other thing, y'all. Like, if you aren't part of Patreon community, get there. Okay, we drop an exclusive. These are the pants that I'm doing for the patrons. So that's something that's printed on merch, as well as now these are for the public. This is the scarves, the silk scarves that I have. But yeah, y'all, like, do whatever feels good in alignment. I so appreciate y'all for being here. It is coming up on 7 o'clock in the Pacific Northwest in Seattle, and I need to get this painting done because I need to submit it for a grant application that's due in 3 days. So yeah, good for me for procrastinating. Okay. Thank you all so much for being here. Head on over, hop on a newsletter, y'all. That is where it's popping. If you're curious about Patreon, want to join a community, want to contribute to what your girl is doing over here, I'm gonna drop that in the chat as well. But thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for being here. We got 26 people hanging out with us. I think it was about 30 at the max. And so thank y'all for spending your evening with me. Same to you, Darnita. Thank you. You have a good night. Got to do another live in one day. Okay. Yes, I will definitely be doing more lives. Y'all, I'm out here, right? Grant season. Yes, thank you. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Okay, y'all send me all the good vibes. We are gonna do it. Thank y'all. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. All right. Pamela said it. I'm going to paint. Okay. Y'all have a great night. Thank you so much for being here.